Thank you. I want to thank you for inviting me to participate in this project with you. As she mentioned, my name is Al Pooley. I'm a marriage and family therapist by profession, and I work primarily with Native American families and couples throughout my career. At this particular time in history, we work with over 350 tribes throughout North America. And so one of the things we presented to them is that as a therapist, I have learned that knowledge rarely changes people. And a lot of programs just give more knowledge, more knowledge. To change people, you must make them feel. You must touch their heart to make them change. So what I've done is that I say, I never tell a man, for an example, not to hit his wife. He knows that. The law tells him that. I don't tell him to be respectful. He already knows that too. I tell him this. What is the greatest creation of the Creator God? What's his greatest creation? Some people will say, well, it's the universe, it's the earth. I say, yes, those are great, great creations. But the greatest creation of the Creator, I says, from our point of view, is this. It's womanhood. Why do I say womanhood? Because it is a woman that renews life to the earth. A man cannot do that. It is a woman that sustains life. She would breastfeed the child. A man cannot do that either. A woman also brings beauty to life. She brings beauty to life. Okay. She also brings order to life if you listen to her. Not only that, you know what else? Every time a child is born, she has renewed purity and innocence back to the earth. That's phenomenal. A man cannot do that. So I want men and women to understand the greatest creation of the Creator is womanhood. And I've gotten trouble for saying this. I tell women, quit trying to be like a man. Be a woman. That's the greatest creation of the Creator God. And I tell the men this, you need to honor them and respect them because that's the greatest creation. So I want to start with that. I want to make people feel the importance of womanhood. Next slide. Let's talk about family now. The importance of family. If I want to destroy somebody, I don't destroy their careers or their houses or their automobiles. I destroy their families. If I destroy their families, I got them. Okay? Family is the heart of all civilizations. It's the heart of who we are. And what happens when your heart stops beating? You die. When our families are broken up and scattered, dead as a people, we got to understand the power and the beauty of family. Next slide. I cannot see that. Okay. Okay. Strengthening families, keeping them connected. One of the things we do in our program here is that how do we strengthen families that are already intact, mom and dad and children? Number two, how do you keep families together? Because divorce is so prevalent today, the two most important people in the children's lives is their mother and father. So how do we keep families today? Because sometimes divorce is necessary. You know what? It is easier to fall out of love than it is to fall in love. You know that? I've been a therapist for over 50 years. I've learned that. It's easier to fall out of love than it is to fall in love. So families do break up. Now, if there's children involved, like I said, how do we keep families together to remain friends as a family? Number three, how do you reunite families? Because families have been broken, kids have been adopted, or they've been incarcerated, they've been been in foster care group homes. How do you reunite families? So our whole mission is how do we do that with families? Because families is the heart of who we are. Now we got to look at the purpose of life. The next slide. The next slide, please. Okay. The purpose of life. When you have purpose in life, you get things accomplished. But the purpose of how we define it here in this program is this: to have a happy and safe family. Not just to have a family. Anybody can have a family. We want our families to be truly happy and safe. That's the magic glue that pulls people together and keeps families together. When a man and woman accept and embrace their vision, the same vision, it helps them become better, become of one mind and one heart. It strengthens the family because now fathers are committed to mothers and mothers are committed to fathers, and they're committed to the whole families. So because we share the same purpose. Next slide. We have found that when we really understand, not know, but we really understand the importance and power of family, you know, we will defend them. We will take better care of them. We will work with all our might to keep them together and strengthen them. But not just know it, we must truly understand the power and the beauty of families. Next slide. Okay, now let's talk about motherhood, precisely motherhood now. We've been over briefly womanhood, but let's talk about motherhood. This long slide.
Yes, we switched. It was switched.
We switched?
This is the old version.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Motherhood. Okay.
Throw away food like that.
No.
Okay. Let's talk about motherhood for a minute. Motherhood, we tell them, is an honor and a noble profession, honorable and noble profession. Why? Because you know what? We native people believe that after you die, you will still be a mother or a father. You may be a doctor, let's say, or a lawyer or engineer, and you will retire from that someday. But as a mother and father, you never retire from that. That's why motherhood is an honorable and noble profession. Not only that, motherhood is the strongest thing on this earth. There's nothing stronger than the soft, tender heart of a loving and caring mother. There's nothing stronger than that. And I tell my clients this. You know, there's stories about young men who were in war. Let's say during World War II, they were being shot and wounded on the beaches of Normandy and Iwo Jima. They were dying and they were crying for what? Not for their cars. They were crying for their mothers. Mothers. Women understand that motherhood is the most honorable and noble profession you will ever have for eternity. So again, we want to have our men understand the power and the beauty and the strength of motherhood. Next slide. Okay, she is a great blessing to our world, to all the world. Okay, her influence and impact is you can't measure that. It's endless. It's powerful. So we want to tell people: be proud to be a mother. Don't just say I'm a mom. No, be proud of your journey as a mother. There's nothing more beautiful than that. Next slide. Okay, that's my time's about up anyway. I don't know. I said I was told I have a few minutes to talk, but anyway, I want to thank you for listening to me. I could talk for hours about womanhood and motherhood. I tell the fathers even this: a lot of people. I work with a lot of native tribes, and they pride themselves on being traditional. And I say that's wonderful. But you know what? If you're really traditional, if you really are traditional, every woman, every child, regardless of their race, regardless of their economic status or education, every woman should feel safe in the presence of a traditional native man, period, end of story. They should feel safe. And I tell that to the world too. If you call yourself a man, you make sure that every woman and every child feels safe in your presence. And that's our message here at our program. We say our name of our company is called Native American Fatherhood and Family Association. Why do we put fathers? We say, fathers, you are not the boss in your family. Fatherhood is leadership. Does that mean you're the boss? It doesn't mean you're more important. It means you lead your family with love and compassion. That's how you lead your families. So again, we have reasons for that. Okay, I can go on, but do you have any? I don't know. Do you have any questions or comments you want to say? Anybody?
Yes.
If not, I want to thank you for having me on. I guess I could talk for hours, but I don't know. This is the first time I've ever done this like this. So thank you for listening to me.